now. The kickoff is won by Falcons, but it is going to be a battle across up to 7 games.
Worth mentioning as well for Drali, the fact that he's not only battling to be the 3-time back-to-back-to-back champion, he would have done it with 3 sets of teammates, something that we've looked through the archives, we don't believe has ever been done in the history of EWC across any of the games.
No, it absolutely has not happened quite yet. Both of these teams trying to make history for themselves. Diaz with a shot on net, going to try to open things up here for SSG, the team that has yet to find themselves at a final here in quite some time.
It's a stunning tap onto from Reveal, and all these players, I think, Cole, so far have earned their flowers. But Diaz, the real spearhead of this team, when you look towards an MVP performance, which we will be doing later today.
Yeah, he's been my MVP so far for sure. For SpaceStation, he's been the rising star. Can he play threes? Well, we certainly know that he can now. Going forward towards the World Championships in the RLCS. And Falcons going to keep control here towards Drali. It's a roaring start. And that's exactly the start, Stumpy, that SpaceStation Gaming needed.
Yeah, and I think that SSG, you talk about how young they are, but that doesn't mean that they're inexperienced. Zach, for goodness sake, has retired and come back again. He's done an entire life. He's got a wife and kids by all accounts.
Here they come, though. Killers puts that one downwards. Zach has a chance again. He is given the weekend off to play some Rocket League by the wife and kids, apparently, as Drali comes forward from that back corner. It's over to Reveal in the center. Falcons trying to lay a couple of dents of their own, but SpaceStation dealing with them so far right now, and that's not something we've seen a lot. Look at Diaz chasing down the goalkeeper. Reveal comes forward, put into the air by Killers.
Seeing so far as well from SSG, they are going on these counter-attacks. They've been incredibly happy to do that throughout the entire length of the tournament. It's been quite nice to see how SSG face off against every single different opponent. We've seen that from others, but they have clearly been the most successful at that. Meanwhile, Cole, Falcons, much more of a locked-in kind of play style. They will go fast, they will be aggressive, and they will get their first goal of the Grand Finals.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to be able to keep a clean sheet against Falcons. They keep on coming, they work the ball side to side, and as soon as that ball is dunked by Killers, Drali will be there. Drali, a man who wants to win it all yet again. It's been a long season for him, but finally he's raising to the fore.
Yeah, a lot of eyes are going to be on Drali throughout this series here. He leads at top 3 in assists for this team, so him getting involved on that front there is going to be something to expect throughout the rest of these games. Tied so far as Diaz carries his team down to the other end. A shot to be taken for SSG in the lead.
Diaz again, that spearhead, making sure that he goes from backboard to the reset, almost fakes out Cole his own move there, wanting to go for a Diaz, and instead completely bamboozles.
We saw it from Oli earlier. As soon as Diaz is in the air, as he can't quite keep his headphones on, he's so excited for that one. Opponents just have to respect it. Falcons have been given the ball there from the kick. If it's going to hit the back wall, Zach should be able to get this one away, but it's only as far as Drali. Falcons are very quickly realising they're not going to have this one all their own way, and that is credit to the way that SSG have been playing this tournament.
Yeah, I think the Falcons, normally they can look to, as it steamroll a lot of opponents. They did so literally about half an hour ago against Carmine Corp. They were an incredible offensive force, but then, Cole, you look as well defensively. The way that Killers in particular and Rawas team up on defense is second to none.
Diaz has this ball in this corner. This is where he does his best work. That's not the best touch. Reveal helps him out, actually, so Diaz can at least get that ball forwards. SSG happy to get the ball away. Don't need to rush anything just yet. How they'd love to win this opening game, to really make a statement, not just to Falcons, to their fans as well, who continue to beat their drums to the atmosphere as Diaz tries to get that one on target. He is so involved in this, and Falcons will not like that.
It was a great attempt from him. Just manages to get found by his teammate. We talk about how many of these players get assists, and SSG there found each other so frequently. Reveal, obviously, he does find Zach on the left. Who will he find in the midfield? Diaz once more, but shut down by Killers. And I was mentioning his defense, the way in which he is involved in every single play, it feels like, on his own goal line. I've been so impressed with.
I mean, you talk about Killers trying to make that lead there, right? He's been all around for this Falcons squad. He still continues to lead here in the EWC with almost 1 goal per game here. But on the flip side of things, Diaz matching him nearly toe for toe, .95. So SSG statistically should be a fairly even matchup.
A couple of serious sharpshooters in this lobby. Here's one of them, Reveal. As Drali puts it into the corner, Rawas gets it right into the middle. It's so dangerous right now for Falcons. SSG look dangerous every time they do come forwards. So we've seen that the break and the tech pause and everything with the third place playoff hasn't affected them and their momentum too much. Killers to the ceiling, met by Diaz. Diaz wasn't falling for that one at all. It was fantastic speed, and Zach follows it up as well. SSG have the edge on pace right now.
Which I would not expect coming into this on Falcons. They've got one of the quickest teams in this competition. Diaz now trying to work out their own back half and shut down quickly that halfway line defense. Final 50, tipped right above the crossbar. And Falcons, they need something. There is a goal that needs to be found, and in the midfield, Roas is the one to collect.
Roas wants to get the flip reset, instead leaves it for Charlie. Charlie gets the double! That's so fast!
An incredible turn from the Falcons. It took a little while, but it did not come too late.
Look at this, between Roas and Drali, the same old between the two, finding each other in the end to be able to tie things here in the final 38.
It's going to be quick. We've got a kickoff. Falcons have come back twice. Now can they complete the job and take the lead for the first time this series? Zach prods it to reveal. Won't quite be enough, and Charlie's getting more involved. Something that's the last thing that SSG want.
It's going to be frustrating as well. As Falcons, of course, they had that incredible comeback against Twisted Minds, but Twisted Minds think that was more on them. A long shot does go on target, but shut down quickly by Roas.
Roas tries to take out a couple of players, only get one of them, and Charlie's a little bit awkward right now for Falcons, trying to get it out of their own corner, but should be safe. Zach tries to change that. It's SSG pushing all the way to the end of game number 1. Diaz tries to get it in the centre. Charlie plays his chance reveal, saved by Killers.
Brilliant opportunity. Does end up still being a threat to the ceiling. Wonderful pass, but no one's going to be there. Instead cleared long, and I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, what else but overtime?
Had to come this far. SSG have played really well in game number 1, but that could be snatched away in a second, especially if they lose the kickoff. Who's coming in? It's Charlie. His shooting's been fantastic so far today. Not quite that time. Does keep the attack going, though.
Popped a little bit too far wide, but Roas now there to receive. Reset round 1. Will it be the second? Does pip it on a little bit further. But you see the boost totals now low for SSG.
Yeah, they'll have to deal with this threat from Falcons. Been doing this all day long, sweeping that ball, playing it laterally. But that's a huge clearance there from Zach.
This game starts to find its real footing. Popped up high from Killers. One chance to reset. Instead goes to the second. Touches in the bottom corner is the one. Drali, a dagger through SSG's plot armor.
Against Carmine Corp.
Now I can tell you exactly what that plot armor is. Game number 1, Drali shooting 75% on everything he put towards net. So we'll see if that continues here in game 2.
Drali looking like an MVP yet again at the Esports World Cup. Just to keep doing what he's been doing. Achievement that could be if he could win 3 times in a row, but SSG again have got decent control of the ball from the kickoff here in game 2 on Forbidden Temple. Zach pushes this one to the back wall. Remember, SSG will keep on fighting all the way. The games go all the way, so many. As Charlie pushes that one forward, as Diaz again takes control of it. And SSG are really reading the pace of Falcons well so far this game.
I think it's remarkable how well they've really adapted to this kind of level of opponent too. They couldn't take that first game, but it felt like they should have done. Shot on target, Charlie again, but had to go through the final defender. And Zach historically has been the player on SSG that I think has really impressed me a lot when you look to the earlier series in this tournament. He is going to need to show up here in the grand finals, but the inexperience could maybe be a killer. Unfortunately for SSG, he plays on the other side.
Zach catches this one in the corner. He goes to the ceiling himself, reveal, tries to help it on its way and does. Killers is able to take a touch, that killer that you mentioned, Stumpy, underneath Diaz. Charlie's coming in, but see some pressure again from SSG. They're dealing with the threat from Falcons very well so far in game 2, but that can change so quick when you're up against Roas, when you're up against Charlie. He's got Bruno, he hits the crossbar somehow. It remains 0-0.
Ends up jumping for it, maybe rushes his chance, but low on boost. He felt he just had to get there as soon as he could. Don't hate the decision, but the execution was not the one.
Yeah, he should have scored that, but we'll see from the replays. I'll keep on going. Reveal doinks that one above his own goal. Zach watches Drali. He's thought about going into that ball, but decided against it in the end. He's going to have to keep coming forwards. Wants to get a final touch. Instead, it's a fake. Diaz is a little bit awkward, but Zach helps him out.
A couple more opportunities really starting to find themselves here for the Falcons. SSG struggling to get out of their own blue half. One chance towards the right-hand wall. Diaz wants to try and fake out Roas. They play so fast that Falcons are ultimately fakeable, but the amount of plays that they go for where the second man comes in instead is even more impressive.
It's going to go over the top. Reveal there, booms that one away. It's more pressure for Falcons. Can he get this touch? Charlie gets it on target again. Killers is coming in, tries to bundle it home. It's not there again. Roas just past the post. So close.
So many opportunities as Falcons. They just can't squeeze any of them home. More shots falling their way. Charlie, the only man up to this, and a bump is successful on the goal line, keeps the keeper away, and puts Falcons in the lead.
Clean and beautiful effort from this. Look at this. It starts out with the demo. You see the bomb, Drolly taking the shot. It's all calculated from this Falcons roster to be able to find themselves in that other half and make the space.
Halfway through the game, and that's Falcons with a lead. They did not get this luxury in that first one, yet they still managed to take it.
Oh, a huge pinch there from Killers. Gets it all the way back to the SSG half, and this is what Falcons do. They keep making you think you've got a chance to score, but it wasn't just their attacking against Casey earlier, it's their defending on the goal line. Always so good, always so positive as Zach gets a touch into the corner. Killers fakes him out completely and then wraps around to get that touch as well. If the ceiling pinch is completed, this could be brilliance here from Killers. Almost gets it over the top, and it's more danger from Falcons.
He's had some MVP shouts himself. Jorby, in fact, in the green room was shouting at me, saying, how dare you vote for Drali? Killers deserves his flowers, and truly, I could not agree more, and he may well prove it here against Reveal. He gets 150, and Ravas sees that top right corner, but couldn't sink the ball there. A lot of boost in favour of Falcons, and really not much on the side of SpaceStation Gaming.
Yeah, Ravas was taken out there, and that made that attack come to nothing. Zach's waiting. He's got 100 boost. Maybe he's faking that he's got none because Diaz forces Zach onto the back wall. If he can get a decent first touch, there could be some danger here for Falcons, but again, Zach can't really do too much with it. So Reveal has to take a turn. Not much time left in this one, Stumpy, but this could be a moment for Diaz. End-to-end, it's Diaz! This is what he does!
He does it again! Game 1, he was necessary. Game 2, he is the man for SSG, and it is that flip reset to beat the final that sinks it past Falcons.
If you do not have your eyes on this kid, you are absolutely blind to what the SSG style is. This kid is who they've been playing around currently, and it is worth it. Absolutely, this team working together to push them forward. Same could be said on the other end, though. Ruas has the ball here, plays it out into the corner. A shot from Drolly off the crossbar. The follow comes in.
Killers, the response is almost immediate. Via the medium of Ruas and Drolly, and a little bit of help from the post, he can just dive ahead of the final SSG guy. Falcons, another late lead.
SSG have been scoring, but once again they find themselves rushing to the finish line. Falcons dragging them every step of the way. Ruas tries to make it even better. He's got the reach, surely it's just above, but Killers ain't gonna miss that. Falcons pulling away.
With that assist right there, he also becomes the all-time leading scorer in assist at the 2026 and overall EWC.
It's looking really good for Falcons right about now. Their fans are continuing this party atmosphere. SSG have to get something going. Diaz looks their most likely, but Drali's meeting him in the air and will steal that boost as well.
And it really has been an incredible performance from the Falcons. Nothing can shake them. They sit on their perch, their claws wrapped around the trunk, and they make sure that they are the team that everybody aspires to be.
Zach whips around this one. He has to get something going soon for SSG. Tries to get it over the top. There's almost a bump on the goal line. 40 seconds left. Diaz, he waits. Ruas onto that back wall. Great catch by Reveal. SSG, they're taking their time, Stumpy, too much. They have to get things going immediately.
However, Falcons, they've got different ideas, want to make sure that they can secure, and the next goal, Reveal up for the double, but Ruas with just about enough boost, and what a catch, and then flick to the backboard, caught by his twin, and then the counter-attack is almost immediate, and as we get to the final 15 seconds, they are still doing skybound acrobatics.
It's just enough for Falcons right now to send that ball high, to keep it away from SSG like a ball on a string, and that is exactly what they are doing. SpaceStation attempt one more attack, but it is not gonna happen. The plot armor is growing. It is becoming too powerful for anything to pierce.
Only 2 games into this series, and it has been an incredible turnaround. Falcons, they are well on their way to the Twins' first EWC championship.
Falcons have been playing Rocket League for another stratosphere so far this tournament. After that tough season, Zach, he gets a pinch straight away into the ceiling. Ruas follows suit, gets to the ceiling himself, turns it into a flip reset that was met quickly. One thing I was saying at the start of this series, Stumpy, was that SpaceStation were dealing with the Falcons' speed. Would you say that's still the case a couple of games in?
Yeah, I think that to an extent we're seeing the Falcons just sort of overwhelm SSG every now and then. Normally when you look at North America, they are a slower region compared to Falcons. And SSG, it must be just a few unreal units between them because they play exceptionally fast. A rare error between Drali and Killers. Will we see SSG be able to capitalize on that? Great pop out from Diaz, and yet a diving return.
Another block there from Diaz. Or on Diaz, should I say. He's got 100 boost in the tank again. Reveal leaves it for him. Love the idea, but Killers reads it. Falcons have read these sorts of plays over and over again so far. Diaz tries to bump out Ruas. Reveal there, wants to get the pass in the center. Zach's trying to get something going, but again, Falcons able to suppress any attack. 50-50 is perfect.
It's been quite an extended period of pressure here for SSG as well. Somewhat rare, all three of them sitting briefly on 100 boost. They have otherwise been starved in this series. So will this be the difference maker? Diaz again going for a triple tap in the air. And the air dribble has been successful. This time just lacking that flip reset that has been the killer moment.
Charlie waits in his own corner. Zach reads it. Killers slows down. Falcons never afraid to slow the ball down just for a split second before striking. There's a fake there again from SSG, which Ruas reads. He won't be falling for that trick. Killers wants to get his catch as that one goes around the world. Charlie has no one to pass to in the center, but it looks like he'll get some boost for his troubles. No, instead he puts the ball into the corner, so Diaz can get that one. Killers onto the back wall, wants to follow this one up, should be able to follow this one up, does exactly that!
This is your all-time EWC leading scorer, and he's showing you why. Look at this double off the backboard. All the time in the space in the world that he wanted has been given. The Falcons take their lead, and my goodness, it is in a dominating fashion every single time these two have faced off in this series. The Falcons 10% better than the last, but SSG trying to show them what they're made of.
There's another attack there. Diaz tries to get the early equalizer, isn't quite able to. Ruas booms it long. That's good enough for Falcons yet again. Keeping that string away from SSG. Zach does come away with the ball. Killers is there. That's an awkward touch there into the center. If a Falcons player had read that, it could have been more danger. Reveal tries to dance with it, and I'm going to be doing that as Ruas approaching.
Falcons, they're going to be building up this pressure currently on a 9-game win streak. This would be 10 if they can take it, stretching all the way from the quarterfinal to now. Gone unbeaten since that 3-game win streak against Twisted Minds. One popped high from Diaz. A reset central, that has been the difference maker, is almost found by Reveal. And we're seeing SSG begin to come online, and you just hope that it's not too late.
Killers is given the ball by Ruas. The Twinigy still alive and well after all these years. An incredible story in esports. Charlie. That wall, he's going to not be able to do too much with it. Ruas is coming in, gets the challenge towards the left, where Killers is approaching yet again. Falcons just keep on coming. That conveyor belt alive and
wow!
Well. It comes to Charlie in the end. They make it look simple.
And I feel like from our perspective, you can see the plan here from Killers. He bounced it on the side of his car for the entirety of the wall around the corner. You just know the jump is coming. You know the pass is on, and Drali is there, ready to poach.
That's what's made the Falcons so different from this SSG squad so far, is how well they connect on these plays up close. Drali denied a chance to shoot, though. One of the better moments for SSG defensively. Ruas off the backboard here into the corner pocket.
One for him now as Killers lofts it high with Zach having to respond nicely. 100 seconds goal for SSG. Really need to be thinking, and bear in mind this is right after they take the timeout.
Killers gets the flip reset from the back wall. He wants to get the bump as well against Reveal. Reveal is at least able to get that one to the side, but Ruas once again reading it perfectly. Gets that ball, booms it back above his goal. Killers, perfect catch. Everything's going so well for Falcons right now, but that's a better clearance right there. Wants to do a little bit of work. Can't quite do it just yet. Can Reveal squeeze it through, but there's just always one more Falcon.
And I think also, not necessarily playing a tidy game, but they're playing such an effective game. Next play to this, though, will be, oh my goodness, well, Diaz could get the bump. Becomes a lot harder if you're playing 2v3, but I think Falcons would take it. Reveal has to get this one to the side. Lovely pre-jump there from Zach. Gets the catch via the ceiling. Wants to get the dunk as well, but again, Falcons able to get that challenge to the side. Ruas, he tries to punch it forwards. It won't be enough to score a goal, but stealing yet more seconds away from SSG. With more opportunity as Drali attempting to get onto the backboard, continues following it with a limited amount of boost. And you bet your bottom dollar that Killers sees the top right corner completely unattended and reckons he can slot the ball perfectly home.
Something I do want to point out on this play too, Zach being left on the back end with nothing in the tank is such a rarity. Finally, Falcons have figured out what to do to slow SSG down in a way that no other team has been able to do, that is take the boost away, and SSG has not been able to find an answer to recover.
Yeah, it's looking so tough right now for SSG to even get chance. Could be one now, but yet again, met at source by Falcons. Every infield pass being read. Every chance to put the ball to a teammate is being blocked at source. And Falcons, Stumpy, easing themselves to a 3-0 lead in this series. Can anything go SSG's way today?
So far, it just looks like there may well be levels to this game, and the Falcons are on another one entirely. As the final 10 seconds ticks down, it will not be enough. The time is not there. Reveal will score.
What's your favourite stat? Crown and Jewels, how long was that?
Crown and Jewels had like 4 seconds on that. They scored 2 goals. This was in 2015.
Let's see, there's more kickoff plays now. I believe, okay, I believe. Come on, SSG. Give us something. Give us a series. Just one more goal to stick with us. Nah, Charlie's won it still on a few seconds. So as he was saying, game is done, even though that goal went in.
Yeah, that's that one done. And it went in fact to be at the other end.
Even better.
Charlie adds one more to the stockpile.
For the sake of this series, there's a lot of fans here who want to see Falcons win it, but I know there's a lot of people watching on at home, in North America and around the world. I would love to see Diaz, Reveal and Zach put a dent on the Falcons. They've certainly got the ability. But do they have that belief?
And the belief at this point is going to be what is make or break for SSG. It's going to be really hard, as that one player manages to get back and is then removed from the picture. We've really not seen that much physicality out of SSG. They are giving Falcons, I think, a lot of grace on the ball. They're being outsped a lot of the time. Can they even catch up to them to get the demos required?
Diaz has the ball, he gets it to the side, wants to turn it into a pinch, but instead leaves it to Zach, but it's a little bit loose, and it's seen throughout from SSG. They've had these chances, not made the perfect pass, and that's what you have to do against Falcons. Reveal, he's going to try and do it again. 50-50s with Killers, it goes well for Zach. Zach, does he leave this one? Does he have the angle to turn it into a pass? He tries to get it into a flip reset and gets something of a floor pinch, but once again, Falcons show so much patience when they can, they just wait.
His first minute gone without incident so far, but it's not necessarily been the immediate goals. We've not seen the kickoff goals in this series so far, and SSG, I believe, with a team that have either had those sweeps go for them, or they have been swept.
Yeah, it's very one or the other with this team. They're going to try to run it back here, but the Falcons' defense is just one above the other. Even with a clear open net, these shots are wide, and that's just a testament to what's been going on throughout the series.
Huge save that was from Falcons. Somehow they got themselves on it. I'm not sure which player it was, but one of them, for all the world, it seemed like we were about to see a goal from SSG. A rare lead in this series from SSG. Might have been their first. Charlie tries to put more nails in the coffin. Killers into the corner. Ruas is there. Falcons, how long will it take them to get this chance?
More opportunities really starting to rise here for the Falcons, as I will say SSG have a lot of the momentum, and out of nowhere the defender leaves the net and the Falcons strike again.
Listen, things can get a little bit shiny if you're an SSG fan right now, seeing them on the other end for so much time, but the Falcons still are leading this team as every game has gone on. Just absolutely overshines them in their shooting percentage. SSG, though, trying to make up for it here in this match point game 4.
Reveal, lovely attempt there to the flip reset. Killers gets it as far as he can. Diaz waiting for it. Nice play there from Diaz. This is good from SSG. This is what we need to see from them. Reveal waits. Reveal actually uses slight hesitation from Falcons for once, and it was almost there.
Again, this pressure from SSG, it's led to naught so far. Zach dives in for the blind spot, but in the end, the Falcons defense don't really care too much. Ruas, who does he spot central? Killers lurks behind him as his close shadow. Charlie, one up high and a little bit of space. That is not what SSG need to be giving Falcons at the moment. They earn a little bit of their own. One chance for a ground pinch, instead just sort of limps towards the orange side.
Ruas gets it as far as Reveal. Every time SSG come forward, it always seems there's 3 Falcons there in front of them with full boost. Able to block with comfort, with ease. Charlie, he's got full boost on the other end. It's going to hit the post. And Diaz can doink it to safety. Reveal's already up against Killers. Killers with the touch to the ceiling. Diaz there. It's just not quite happening for SSG.
That's so far.
In the end, suddenly they get one chance and they score.
That so far has been their story as well. Nothing quite going their way. And again, that bounce landing so perfectly. And if there's one play you don't want to be seeing coming your way with the ball on their hood, it is Drali. 2-0 for Falcons after 3-0 in the series. Is it just written in the stars?
The procession is reaching its final destination. SSG barely stand a chance. Killers completes the job nearly.
That's 3, and it is becoming a dark, dark night for SpaceStation Gaming. Another chance where their net was left empty. It was vacant and vacuous, like the space their station has been found in. And as the Falcons have 2 more minutes, there will be opportunities. That has not been SpaceStation's issue. They just have to break through the defense.
It's looking like an impossible job right now. Diaz wants to get a dunk. Here comes Reveal, and even now, there was no boost left for Falcons. They counter. Ruiz gets it forward. Charlie's in his way, and there is still chance here for SpaceStation to make something from this one. But again, the final ball isn't there. The belief completely sapped.
It's just a shame in the end for SSG that Killers was in the way. Reveal goes high, almost finds Diaz, but Rice in the way again. Charlie does in front of Reveal, 1 chance for a save. Killers does end up taking it. An opportunity, Roas, backboard, Killers, another devastating clear.
Reveal's going to have to wait here. The bounce is awkward. Just one more little moment going against SpaceStation Gaming. It goes to the side. Zach with Diaz waiting for it. Has to make it happen. He has to make it happen. Now does Reveal. He shoots, but again, the backboard defending. There's no boost for Falcons. It doesn't matter.
Is there anything that can go SSG's way? Only 60 seconds left to count down. Any of these chances have to be taken, and Falcons will not let them go easily.
Reveal booms it. It has to be so much more because Drali's going to boom it right back at you. Killer's waiting for Zach's clearance, so instead he has to passively play it into his own corner where Killers is waiting to gobble it up. Ruiz, does he get the spice on it? Nearly, but Reveal saves.
I'll tell you what, the defense from SSG has not been bad in this series necessarily. It's just the offense from Falcons has been absolutely something else. Final 30, chance off the rip, and Reveal is shut down by Drali again.
And that may well be it. With 25 left, there's no chance now for SSG. They've given it their all. The first North American team to make a grand finals in an international event this season. But it looks like it was never going to be enough. There's something about the Falcons today that they just seem different. This was the team that was put together to win events like this. This was the squad that was designed to dominate all of the Rocket League world. And this is your Esports World Cup.